about one trail marker? Just one. Just one. Since we left Rookies, we're just following a trail. Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, just one C7, C...
Something.
Now, never been to Scooters. Adirondack Sports Center. Wow, look at this trail. Woo!
Look good?
Yeah, they're all really good.
Yeah.
I mean, besides the railroad tracks, which is... Even this trail here, of course, that group that just went past us, I think is going to tear it up. But I hate those bridges. They bring it to a fucking dead stop. So, yeah, somehow they got you going this way too. All right.
Can you get a picture of me next to my sled? I forgot my damn camera. I left it in the car.
One more. Hang on. Stay there. I take it with the cell phone because it has a built-in GPS. So it'll geotag it. Okay. This takes a little better picture. All depends. All right, so we're heading that way, to Port Leyden. Cool. At least we know where we are now. Now, why back there where it says White Lake? Why don't they put Port Leyden on there? I mean, some of the simplest stuff I just don't get. Forestport, so this is another way back. It's got to be railroad tracks. It has to be.
It's got to be what?
Railroad tracks.
You got to rely on the intelligence of whoever the sign person is. You know?
We'll figure it out as we go along. We'll look.
Fucking bozo doing. What are you gonna do?
Huh?
I said if they had some fucking bozo.
Oh yeah.
Flunky.
You know what? As long as I'm stopped.
Good idea. I gotta get a battery tender. I don't have one, and it's my sled's just sitting there.
Well, it's in a heated garage, right?
No.
No, okay. Because sometimes my garage actually gets...
It's in a nice garage, but not heated.
Now, does that have... It only has 3 wheels.
I gotta get a fourth one on there. That ain't right.
That's the first thing I did to this. Put the 4th wheel kit in, started the track, got rid of that freaking, this thing, whatever they call this, extruded piece of aluminum that is worthless.
Yeah.
There's no way you could ever tow by that. Well, you could, but you're going to straighten it right out. So, I bought that from Straight Line.
Nice.
It's carbon fiber, but I didn't like it because I can't believe it's strong enough. I really can't because it's tubing.
Yeah.
Look, it's just thin wall. So I put a solid piece of aluminum in there.
You don't trust the carbon fiber.
No.
That they make jet fighters out.
I know. I tell you what, though, when you grab hold, when you Okay? There's no way. There's no way I could have done that with that carbon fiber tube. It was like a paper towel tube. Literally. There's a plug in the end that goes in this far, and a plug in this end. You see the screw?
Yeah.
That holds the carbon fiber to the plug. That's it. Big Allen wrench. That's it. This is all hollow. I'm like, that's no fucking good. Who designed this? I wrote the company, sent them pictures. I said, not for nothing, but listen. If I was to hook a toe strap to that, it'd break. I'm telling you right now, it'd break.
Is this all stock, or is that added on?
I don't know what's
That
stock.
doesn't look stock.
It's not a stock seat. That I know. It was $300 more because it's got the compartment back here. What the guy said. Thought it was a 509 because he put all this 509 shit on here. When he put the bag on there,
509, what is that?
you can buy goggles and glasses and seats, and they make all kinds of stuff.
This company called 509?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He put the risers on there. Of course, he put this on there, but that ended up being a piece of shit, and I had to have it redone, but that's okay.
What's that?
He had taken these off because it looked cooler. I'm like, fuck that. I put them back on.
Yeah, probably colder than the
Oh, yeah. Well, he had the handguards on here that I took off.
He had these off?
He had the side vents off and put handguards on.
Fucking idiot.
The
Probably
Skidoo
a
ones.
fucking
I'm going to
kid.
put them on Craigslist, see if I can sell them. Yeah. He put the things on the shocks, which keep falling down. I got to figure out why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be up over the top. I don't know. Yeah, see, we went right by Jill and Craig's house. Not that you know who Jill and Craig is, because I barely know. Behind the wigwam. And we went down there. After, remember, we hopped on the road and let the two cars go by? And then we hopped on that trail. Somewhere off of that trail, we turned, and I don't know where. And we come through the field on the right and up onto the railroad bed, so we don't have to go down into town and cross that bridge. I just don't know. I missed it. I don't know where it is. And I didn't see it all the way there, so. Because I've ridden with them before. They have a camp right there. They're from Penyan. Nice people. They're all right. Their kids are assholes, but they're the ones that got in the fight in Tug Hill that I camcorded. Then they all got all pissed off. You can't leave that on there. You can see our registration numbers. People are going to know who we are. I went, well, it's good. They'll know who to avoid. And I left it up there. It's public. I don't know. Fuck them. They drive like idiots. They drive these freaking 164-inch fucking Polaris 800cc switchback. They carried their
164-inch?
154-inch, whatever the hell it is, 2-inch paddle track for this. They wear backpacks with shovels. And they got stuck. And they got stuck. No, I got something. Good idea. They got...
I got Oreo cookies.
That's right. And they got stuck. And one kid says, you going to come help us? And I went, First off, we're on posted property. We shouldn't even be here. You guys drove right around the posted freaking sign. And then you're out playing in the freaking deep powder in a 1983 freaking Articat ZRT 800. Like, you think you're going to go through that shit? Dig yourself out. No thanks. Sorry. I'll sit and watch and take pictures. I did. It was so fucking stupid. They drive like.
Fucking idiots.
Now, they probably did the same thing on yours. They don't put a drain plug in the chain case. On mine, you gotta remove the muffler.
Fucking idiots.
I'm gonna machine it. put a drain plug in it, drill a hole in the bottom of the chassis. I'm going to give it to Ronnie. He's going to weld in a drain plug on the side, at the very bottom. I'm not even sure how you fill it. See how young those kids are on them freaking floods?
Don't even fucking wave.
The first guy did. Well, I'm glad you got the orange, because I can't stand that new yellow. I don't know who came up with the design idea to change to that yellow.
Sunburst. They call it sunburst yellow. I don't like it either.
Now, is there actually a hood to open on this, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Well, these
Okay,
open
that's
up
mine.
like yours. But if you want to take this off, you gotta take the fucking the gauges out. It's a pain in the fucking ass.
Somebody told me the seats come off real easy.
They do.
Oh, do they? I haven't a clue.
I'll show you. So fucking easy, it's unbelievable.
Oh,
And the 1+1 seat?
is mine the same way?
I don't know. The 1+1 seat, he said, goes on just as easy. But it's like this, it's huge.
Oh, you replaced the whole seat.
Yeah.
That's why it's so much. Nobody makes a booster seat to go on the back yet.
See this links?
Uh-huh.
That's what all this
Yes,
is.
yep.
And it fits. It molds this, goes down, and it's curved like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it fits this so that it stays.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to have these things that bolt on to put any of these link system things on, like a jerry can or
Mm-hmm.
I can get one of them in a links.
Right, I've seen the links for that.
Well, the seat mounts to that also.
Got it.
So it's on, but it goes on like this. It mounts into these same things. Boom, like this. It's in, and then you have these two things. Boom, boom, done. It's in.
Hey, guess what?
Same thing. I had no idea that the older Revs did that. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
How do you put it back on now? Wow.
Amazing.
Cool. Of course, there's nothing underneath there to really get at or do.
Well, my manuals. I said to Jimmy.
Oh, somebody
I
said the
said,
manual's on the bottom side of the seat. Oh, I bet you mine is too.
Where's my manual? And he said, it's under the seat. And I said, under the seat?
Is that all gas tank?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is gas tank.
That's why you have to burp it, because it goes up here, and there's like a half a gallon of gas you can get more in there because of it.
Interesting.
You know, so I just,
So it's best to fill it on an angle with the skis up somehow.
I just go like this. After I fill it up, I just go like this. And go like this, and I look in there, all the gas is gone.
Huh.
So I put another half a gallon in.
Huh. I'm going to have to remember that. All right, straight it is. Right?
Done for me. That's what I'm thinking.
I've never been here, so
By myself.
port line. This is what's nice about Sundays. What have we seen? Like 15 sleds?
Yeah, there would probably be mob if it was yesterday.
Oh God, yeah. I gotta assume they groomed. Maybe they didn't, but they're not in bad shape. It doesn't
No.
look like they groomed.
No, they must have groomed last night.
You think?
I'm thinking they did.
I mean, for the most part, it's very good. A few shutter bumps here and there in the curves, but this is what I love about this helmet.
Yeah.
That I don't have to take it off, which is why I bought it.
What tag is it?
FXR.
That's the name of the company?
Yeah. And it actually says, wow. It actually says Yamaha on it. I taped over the Yamaha with black tape. You want to lead? Go ahead and lead. I don't think it's that far anyway.